ALA student.
We come to you tonight and ask that you place your protection over our students, teachers, and staff. We pray that our schools will be will be a place of great discovery, adventure, and creativity. A place where we love to learn and learn to love. We we pray that it is a place where every person is respected and valued, a place where everyone can feel safe. Please grant us patience, wisdom, and grace. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yeah. Now we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance by Jackson Rhodes, who is a fourth grade ALA student.
I pledge allegiance
of the
to
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll now spotlight some successes. We'll begin with our CTE Summer Exploration Camp, and I will turn it over to Miss Jennifer Allman.
You can come up here. Good evening. Thank you guys for coming tonight. We want to spotlight a really fun activity that we were able to participate in this summer. The Arkansas Rehab, several different organizations, transition group with our State Department, and our special education office worked out a grant where we could have a couple of students attend the Saline County Career Technical Center summer camp for students that have some type of disability and were able to attend for free. So we had Miss Kimbrell go along as the chaperone. She drove. She I would say volunteered her time. They did pay her, but I think she would have volunteered her time. She loved it, I think, more than the boys did. But I just wanted to recognize her and the boys for what they did over the course of 5 days. They were able to attend. If you haven't seen or been to the Career Center, it's amazing. They have I thought that might be mine. They have, gosh, she can talk about it. It's been a while since I've been there, but they have a whole HVAC system where they can go in and they can physically work with an HVAC system. They have medical section where they go in and they learn CPR and they work with an actual nurse. They have engineering courses. They have electrical. They have car. All the things. They have so many things. And so they put this grant together so that students would be encouraged to look at that when they go into high school. So I'll let Ms. Kimbrell share a little bit more about that, but I really wanted to recognize her and the boys. But the excitement that she shared, Miss Wilson and I got text messages every day with pictures every day. Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. We need to have more kids go next year. She has already signed up to go next year. So I am really excited and proud of her for what she did this summer during her summer hours. And then the boys, but I'm going to let her talk about that. We do have a slideshow I want to play. If I think it's only a minute if I can make this work. Okay. BJ, you may have to help me. Oh, we got it. I have 2 bars in here, so we'll see if this will work or not. Boardroom. Okay, 8:3. It's only a minute, so. and there's no music to play with it because, Apple and the whole copyright thing. So we're just going to play the video, and she can talk about it while we play it.
Okay, so like she said, I had the privilege of attending the Saline County Career and Technical Camp this summer, and she was not exaggerating when I tell y'all that I actually had more fun than I think I've ever had in my whole life. As you can see, we made birdhouses. We learned how to do CPR. The boys got to weld independently. They were one of the only 2 sets of kids there that did this all on their own without assistance. Welding, like legitimately sparks flying, the smoke was everywhere. It was so crazy, and I was panicking the whole time, but I was still smiling. It was great. They learned CPR and safety measures. It was really just a fully immersive experience. If you've never taken the time to look into what Saline County is and what they offer the kids at Sheridan, you really, really should. We even got to spend a day at ASU 3 Rivers in Malvern, where the kids got to learn about pneumatics and machinery. You can see on the last day they got to change oil in a car, and they legitimately got to change the oil in a car, like underneath it and everything. So my teacher heart is panicking because, you're thinking what's the worst thing that could happen. But they had the best time, and they were just so excited, and it truly was a blessing to get to go.
So, thank you, Ms. Kimbrell. I don't know if I can talk the boys into talking about it, and we may not want them to come talk about it because they may be here for a while. I'm seeing a headshot. No, they don't want to talk. So that's okay. They really, it was amazing to see these rising 9th graders, so they're 9th graders this year, go up and use a saw and tools, and you can see CPR and welding independently. It was just, I was just so excited when I was getting pictures every day, literally several times a day. But I wanted to honor her with that Yellow Jacket Pride Award. We're very proud of you, and thank you for taking the opportunity to go with these kiddos and spend that week with them. We also want to honor the boys. I know they're super excited to come up here and be spotlighted. So Mr. Jonathan Ivy. Sorry, pause. Come on. Pause. Okay. In other words, time to go home, friends. Okay. The next one is Xander Goins. And I want to thank parents. They did a great job. They got their kiddos up to school. Miss Kimbrell picked them up in the car and drove them up there, and they came back and picked them up at the end of the day. And so thank you, parents, for doing that and allowing them to be a part of this. So hopefully we'll have some more next year. All right, Mr. Mayberry wants to get a picture.
So now I'll move to our advanced placement scores. I'll turn that over to Ms. Summer Williams.
All right, good evening. My name is Summer Williams. I'm the AP coordinator, and the August board meeting is my favorite night of the year. You never thought you'd hear someone say that, right? But it's exciting to see all the students and their parents show up to celebrate all the hard work and accomplishments they've put in over the years. This isn't typically 1 year worth of achievements, it's multiple years. So we're going to recognize some teachers first, and I put teachers first, I usually put them second. After students, but these teachers have been here all week. They just walked over from open house, so I'm thrilled that they're here. We have a few high achievers. I typically recognize the teachers whose overall average was 70% or higher, and boy, did we meet that. So I'm going to start with Miss Rachel Finnegar. Miss Finnegar teaches AP Chemistry, and she had, I want you to look at that, guys, 91.7% pass rate is insane. Arkansas is sitting at 51.2%, and the global is 76.9%, so she didn't just beat it, she annihilated those other two. And to be global is insane, right? also just give a little background. In the past, chemistry has been an area of struggle for our campus, and she's come in and she's really taken it on and done well with it. I'll be very transparent. There was a year where nobody signed up for AP Chemistry, and there were 2 years where not one student passed, and now we're at a 92% pass rate. What growth is that? That is amazing. So I'm very proud of her, very impressed, and I'm just very thankful for her. And only one student didn't pass the AP exam, and that student had a 2 and almost had a 3, so that was almost 100% pass rate. So good job, Ms. Vinegar. Here's your certificate. All right, our next teacher. Y'all, this feels like, wow, like an NBA game or something. This is like big time. I love it. We need lights and everything. All right, so our next teacher is Mr. Bill Remo, who is going to walk up here and get his certificate in just a minute, right? Mr. Remo, come on up here. Mr. Remo teaches 3 AP courses. We're recognizing him tonight for his AP Euro scores. We didn't even have AP Euro a few years ago, and he said, can we do that? And I said, sure, let's do it. And he has a 77% pass rate. He also beat the Arkansas rate of 67.2% and the global rate of 72.9%. So great job, Mr. Remo. Woo-hoo. And now we have Ms. Cara Washington. Ms. Washington teaches AP English Language and Composition to juniors. She had a 72.7% pass rate. That beats the Arkansas pass rate of 56% and the global pass rate of 74.5%, or almost beats the global of 74.5%. But I want to add a little bit to this. This is a huge accomplishment because her students also have the opportunity to get concurrent credit. So if you get concurrent credit, you don't have to pass the AP exam, you just have to pass the class to get that college credit. So that's just a bonus. So a lot of students know that, and sometimes we have a hard time encouraging them to do their best on the AP exam. But she's figured it out. She has inspired them, and we have a 72.7% pass rate, and she had almost about 100 kids. I think we had 100 kids in that class. So to do that, just think of how many students got college credit. Well, actually, they got it both through concurrent credit and through AP credit. So that is impressive, and I'm really proud of her. She's been doing this for a while, and she has it down to a fine art. So good job, Ms. Washington. And then we have Jerry Chapin, who teaches our AP 2D Art and Design class. She has a 70% pass rate, which is very close to the Arkansas rate of 79.1%, 84.2%. These are portfolioed students, so this means they don't sit and take a test. She has to keep them motivated from day one to the very end so that they turn in their portfolio and they meet the criteria that the College Board has set out. That is a hard task to keep sometimes seniors motivated throughout the whole year. I mean, any student, but definitely to keep them going. And I have gone in her classroom and met with her students, and they know what they're doing. They're on target. They're doing a great job, and she's doing a great job of inspiring them. So congratulations, Ms. Chapin. So those are our teacher recognitions. And so if you guys want to step out, you may. I don't need to stay. We're going to move on to the students. Okay. And Mr. Remo has to get in it too. He's hiding over there. Okay, no, he's just closer to the backdrop. I'll go through this quickly, guys. So we have, I just want to say this number. Last year we had 95 AP scholars. Let me start with, in 2024 we had 59 AP scholars. Last year we had 95 AP scholars, and this year we have 102 AP scholars. It used to just be really cool to get that, and you could put that on your college transcript. Well, now that translates to a diploma with merit. If you're an AP scholar or a scholar with honor, you get a special recognition on your diploma. Or if you're an AP scholar with distinction, you get a diploma with distinction that says you didn't just graduate, you graduated. Like you really did it, right? So you went next level. So we are very proud of these students who automatically have done that. I'm going to start with that first group of AP scholars. There we are. Okay. I'm going to call names really quickly and just kind of, Miss Wilson, will you help me hand out these certificates? They are in order. Okay, so you'll get your certificate from Miss Wilson. Olivia Osbrooks, Skyla Jones, Avery Red, Madeley Wilson, Annalise Wingard, and Siler Young and Samuel Zuniga are our sophomores, last year's sophomores, this year's juniors, who are our AP scholars. These are students, I forgot to say, these are students who took at least 3 exams and passed them and have at least a passing score on 3 exams. Big deal. Last year's juniors who are seniors this year, we have Gregory Clark, Colton Crosswhite, Peyton Denny, Yoslin Gonzalez, Emma Harrell, Emily Herr, Cheyenne James, Joel Gendrejas, Caden Lawson, Lainey Lynn, Carter Lowry, Spencer May, and Caden McDaniel. We have more: Aiden McGilvray, Caleb Nelson, Lawson Reed, Adeline Wells, Maxwell Wilson. And then last year's seniors, it's really hard to get seniors back, guys. They've moved on to be college kids, but we're still going to recognize them. Lauren Applegate, Heather Ashley, James Black, William Cowart, Tyler Funderburg, Emerson Graves, Evander Gustin, Colton Hansen, Marissa Harrington, Carly Hayden, Danny Johnson, Emma Kelly, Jade Kesterson, Madeline Kimbrell, Carson Lyons, Emily Martinez, Gavin McGinley, Sydney Kate Miller, who did come back, Jocelyn Phillips, Cadence Ratcliffe, Christopher Ramick, Lily Reed, Brody Rep, Vanessa Rios Hernandez, Reagan Russell, Delaney Scott, Owen Shattuck, Emily Stone, Olivia Vaughn, Mallory Weeks, Kennedy Williams, and Eli Wolf. All of these students are AP scholars, so congratulations to them. So they get a diploma with merit. Now we have another level. Absolutely. Okay. You want me to go on to the next level? Sure. Okay. So then we have AP scholars. We had 57 AP scholars. Then we have scholars with honor. There are 25 of those. 11th graders last year, who are seniors this year. We have Lillian Baker, Dustin Bowen, Susanna Boykin, Jackson Clement, Kenny Dejournette, Ant DePriest, Hudson Freer, William Herod, Peyton Holland, Brooklyn Hyatt, Jackson McNair, Andrew Mitchell, Chanley Patey, Amy Finnegar, Brianna Rasden, Riker Snow, Kennedy Talent, Joshua Tolliver, Eli Watson, Sophie Webb, Emma Adams, Maxwell Allen, Paisley Collins, Grayson Cunningham, and River Studer. So all of those are students who they took at least 4 tests and passed and had an average of 3.25 on all their AP exams. So that translates to at least 12 hours of college credits. That's very impressive. Good job to our AP Scholars with Honor. Okay, and then our last category. This is a good problem to have, guys. There's so many of us, and there's so many names. It's like graduation of us. I have to go through them quickly. But I love it. I love that I wanted to make sure every student's name was said because these students have worked so hard to get to this point. This next group, they took at least 5 exams and passed them. 5 exams is a lot. We have some students who are going to come up here who took 12 exams. 12 AP exams. That's 12 AP classes, college level credit. That's amazing. So, maybe so. Yeah. Do you want to wrap around here? Yeah, just kind of wrap around here so we can see your faces. All right, AP Scholars with Distinction. These students get diplomas with distinction. This level does. Last year's juniors, who are seniors this year, Evan Gwynn, Madeline Hooks, Aiden Morgan, Rigoberto Perez, Avery Sledge, and Ansley Young. Then we have our seniors last year, Tanner Bailey, Gavin Goldman, Abby Graves, Carly Hancock, Jillian Hooker, Jackson Lazenby, Brenton Martin, Jonathan Nash, Michael Polson, Mitchell Ray, Stephen Rabinowitz, who is now an employee in the district, John Spann, Riley Webb, and Kelvin Yin. So, congratulations to our AP Honors, AP Scholars with Distinction. Okay, where do you want them to go for a picture?
Okay. Let's do this by 3 groups. The first group of just our AP scholars, I think we can pack everybody in right here. And so let's just try that.
While they're taking their picture, I do want to say to parents, you are part of this success. And I want to thank you for encouraging your student to take college level courses now with us. And you supported them. So all our AP scholars, you guys supported them and helped them out, and I appreciate, we thank you for that because you're part of the success that we see up here.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome. That is awesome. That's awesome.
Quite a bit of growth in our AP stuff over the last 3 years, 2-3 years.
Okay. Yeah. See you, buddy.
I'm sure.
Guess you could say.
All
I
right,
could
the next
clear-
item on the agenda is public comment, and, oh, I'm sorry, it's student achievement, but public comment, we don't have anybody, so I'll get to skip over that. But we'll go to student achievement, and we'll turn it over to Dr. Wally to talk about middle school atlas data.
I guess I know how to clear a room. Okay, I've got some other good news. Just continuation, the last couple of months we've brought grade bands of Atlas data to you. So we're finishing up tonight with our middle schools and looking at that grade band from 6th through 8th grade. And hopefully we'll have our letter grade in another month, maybe next board meeting, maybe October, before we get that letter grade. But let's just share. I'm going to quickly go over our goals because I don't want you to forget them, and I want you to be able to say them. If anybody asks you out in the grocery store, you can say, hey, goal number 1 under academic excellence is 80% at levels 2, 3, or 4, and 50% at levels 3 and 4. Goal 2 is 95% at graduation rate, and obviously we're not going to look at that tonight with the middle school. And then the goal 3 is 80% of 2nd grade reading and comprehending 100 words correct per minute. And obviously we're not going to look at that for 6th through 8th grade. But let's look in our data. Without data, all we have is an opinion. And so let's just let our data tell our story. You can scroll on down. So here's just from the Atlas Summative. Let's start with, there we go, ELA. And you can see ELA, pretty good growth in the 7th grade. And if I remember correctly, 7th grade, and I don't have that chart in front of me, but we mapped it out to see which grade levels hit that 50% target at levels 3 and 4, and you can see where 7th grade ELA hit that 50%. So, and 6th and 8th grade, they're close, but everybody grew, which is impressive. So that's what we want to keep doing, is keep growing. Math, all right, just a second. You can see the growth. We can also see that we've got some areas that we need to improve on. We've got to focus on some math, so we're going to put a lot, not that we haven't already put a lot, but we're really going to dig into the details and find out how we can grow even more. But if you'll also look, if you'll go to the next slide, that 47%, you saw that it was growth, but I want you to see the cohort of the students. So where they were in 6th grade, where they were in 7th grade, and where they are in 8th grade. So they grew, the cohort of students grew, but not from grade level to grade level. So I just wanted to make sure that you saw that difference. Going to algebra. This is algebra. Now, our 8th graders do take, we have some that, I think we have 58 students who took the Algebra 1 test in 8th grade, and they get high school credit for that. But this is algebra district-wide. So these are the district-wide scores. What a nice little growth right there in algebra. Science, again, you can see the growth. And look at 4th grade science. Oh, I have 4th grade. That's not 4th grade. I didn't change that 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's really 6th, 7th, and 8th. Those are the right percentages, wrong grade levels. But look at, that would be 7th grade science. Look at 7th grade science from 46 to 65%. That's a huge growth. And 6th grade, they were 47% and grew to 65% in 7th grade. So that's huge. And I think I outlined just also the cohort in science. So what's next? We have spent a week of professional development, looking at our scores, digging in, are really learning how to be intentional within our Tier 1 and trying to improve our instruction. So I put data-driven frequent planning, because this atlas comes out once a year, but we've got to know what's happened more frequent than that. So we're really going to focus on that data-driven, not that we already are, we are already doing that, but we're going to continue doing that. Frequent planning, immediate intervention. We can start on day one with intervention because we know who needs it. There's no sense in waiting a couple weeks. We're ready to go on day one. And intense and frequent monitoring. So as always, we're going to monitor what we expect. It's going to get better. We're going to keep growing. So I'm excited. Following the AP scores, growth everywhere, growth in the district, and we're going to continue doing so. Lots of hard work. Very proud of our staff and the work that they put into it. So, any questions? We're going to continue the good rollout of the AP scores. So, I'm going to turn it over to
Now we'll move to accelerated learning scores. Ms. Williams.
Okay, I'll move through this part pretty quickly. This is the actual data that we were celebrating. So our 2026, so every year I think, wow, we've grown a lot, and you'll see that up here in a minute. We've grown a lot. I just want to maintain it. Man, we just got to keep those high levels of learning. And we don't just maintain it, we're growing it, we're improving it. And so I'm always impressed when our numbers come out. It's always July 6th, and at midnight I'm sitting on my computer and I look, and I'm always just impressed with, like, we have beaten what we did last year, and we just continue to grow. And if you aren't already convinced that we have the best teachers and students, this, I think, will convince you. So successes, I mentioned this earlier. Last year, or 2 years ago, we had 59 AP scholars. Last year we had 95. This year we have 102. Our qualifying scores, last year we had 406. We increased that by 30. We have 436 qualifying scores. That means a 3, 4, 5, and that means those students get college credit for whatever course that was when they go to class. 436 college credits there, like classes. That's just amazing, guys. I'm so impressed with that. 12 AP courses beat state averages. 7 of them beat global averages. Beating a global average is huge because that's always a really high score, and that's around the world. All the students composite, and so we're doing better than the global average. That's very impressive also. We had 734 tests given, and in a minute you'll see the comparison of past years, and that's up almost 100 from last year. So you see from 2019 to 2026 how we've done. 2019, we were hitting at 44%. We were really proud of that. We've gradually just grown all the way to we're at 63% of a pass rate. Our total number of tests, we're at 734. This is the first year we've hit the 700s. Last year we were at 622 tests, and then we were in the 500s the 2 previous years. But you see how much growth we've had and just how many kids are taking AP tests. So our program is growing quite a bit. And then our average score is pretty consistent the last few years, but we're at 2.7. And I did include this quote from an AP student, just basically saying, when our students, and this, all of them would say this, when our students enter college, they typically can enter as a sophomore. A lot of times they'll even say, Ms. Williams, they capped the number of classes I could count. I had 36, I can only count 30. And that's wow, that's impressive. And they say that my own kids have said this, their AP classes at SHS were harder than their college classes are. And that's what we like to hear from our students. We are preparing them for the high levels and the demands of university and colleges. And then our next slide, I've got our actual scores. So I do want to point out the 300% pass rates. That's just one student. So we do something. This is one reason we have a lot of students come to Sheridan. We've had multiple kids do this in the past. They will come to me and say, Ms. Williams, I want to take Physics 2, but we don't offer that class. Well, we make it happen. Or I want to take Physics C mechanics or electricity and magnetism. And so I buy the resources, and it's up to them to do independent study. This is acceleration at its finest. They want to take the course, we make it happen, we support them throughout, and they test, and they're successful, 100% pass rate. And those are 2 different students represented there. One took Physics 2, and the same one took the other Physics C classes. And then you see just all of that. You see how many we've had. Just very impressive. And I do want to point out this too. Our lowest score wasn't even a class we taught on campus. It was a virtual Arkansas class. So our teachers here are just doing a phenomenal job. Our kids are excelling. If you raise the bar high, they will reach it. All right. Thank you.
Ms. Williams, do you know how we compare with the other county schools? So when I say county schools, I'm saying the others, public schools in Grant County and Saline County.
So that is not public information. It's at the discretion of the coordinator to share that. And I often go through social media and will Google Benton AP scores, Bryant AP scores. So a couple times they've told us I know last year we did beat Benton, but this year a lot of schools haven't posted theirs, which tells me that maybe they're not as proud of theirs yet. I don't know. But we posted ours, so they know what we have. But no, I have not heard, and I have reached out to a few coordinators, and they have not shared yet. And they technically don't have to. It would be nice if it was public information, but it's not.
This is news that I want to get out. I mean, this is opportunities that kids in the Sheridan School District have that they don't have in other surrounding districts. You can't go anywhere else in Grant County and get, I don't know that you can get any. That's a story to be told. Parents need to know that so that when a parent can look at that and say, my kid can be a sophomore in college, if you translate that into dollars, what that year of college cost. I mean, we're talking, possibly $50,000 a household.
Easily.
Because we offer that opportunity here at our school. It's a story to tell. I think that's where we're gonna put out some marketing. We're gonna get those numbers.
I will add two things. We do offer more AP courses than any other school in the surrounding area. And like I said, the independent studies we offer that a lot of districts don't want to take on that challenge. And I do have coordinators every month will email or call and say, hey, what are y'all doing to get that pass rate? How did y'all do that? And so they are coming to us. And that's really exciting when they're coming to Sheridan to find out. Don't tell them. I give them a little bit. I don't tell them everything, though.
Thank you so much. We'll move now to the consent agenda. We've had the opportunity to review that in our work session. We've looked at all those. It's in our board packets. If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? There is none. Moving to action items, we have some policy updates tonight. Mr. DeFore reviewed the policy changes with us in the work session. The policy changes are recommended by ASBA to stay in compliance with the law. If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion to approve those policy updates, sections 1, 4, 5, and 7.
Make a motion that we approve the policy updates.
Have a motion second. Any discussion? All in favor, raise the right hand. Any opposed? There is none. Next, I will turn it over to Ms. Boland to discuss our Easton Elementary gym repairs from our winter storm.
So, last winter, we had damage to the Easton Elementary gym. We haven't been able to use that space since. We finally have worked our way through with the insurance adjusters, and we have a guaranteed maximum price from Sierra Crawford, our recently chosen construction manager, to repair the gym for a price of $53,605.43. The other repairs that we're still winding our way through the process is related to gutter replacements throughout the district. And then, they're examining the arena roof here at the high school. So as those projects wind to completion, we'll bring them to you. Overall, there is one $50,000 deductible for those 3 roofings of one big claim. So we recommend that you approve the proposal from C.R. Crawford for $53,605.43.
Heard the recommendation. I'd entertain a motion to accept that recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, right hand. Any opposed? There is none. The last action item tonight is a nomination for Regional Director of Arkansas School Boards Association. A little background on this. This is a position, there's regional directors across the state that represent areas on the Arkansas School Board Association. This is a position that I held before I entered into that executive committee role and went through all the offices there. And so that position is open again now. It's currently held by a person in Poen, Buddy Puckett. He is term limited out. And so at our regional meeting, you can nominate someone to fill that position as a 6-year term, or you can serve up to 6 years. And so I would like to nominate Jan Caldwell I would love to have someone from our board representing our region, which would consist of Sheridan, Poen, Fordyce, Woodlawn, Watson Chapel, Whitehall, and Pine Bluff, I believe is the district. So I would like to nominate Jan Colwell for that spot. The process is we have to formally do that in a board meeting, fill out the paperwork, and officially nominate her, and then at the regional meeting, she'll be on the ballot to be voted on at the regional meeting by the other school boards. So I'll make a motion to nominate Jan Caldwell as the regional director of ASBA.
Second.
Have a motion and second. Any further discussion? Not all in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? There is none. So that is all of the action items. We'll adjourn real quick for an executive session to discuss personnel. call the meeting back to order, and I will turn it over to Mr. Pitts to present personnel.
Yeah, so in your packet, you have a personnel list, has a couple of, several hires, a couple of certified hires, classified hires, and then 4 classified resignations. Administration would recommend approval as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? All right, moving on. So, let's see, we are now to superintendent report.
Yeah, so first day of school is on Monday, and so teachers have been back all week. Really had a really good week. Had a fun day on Monday, and a lot of positive things happened in the building. So we're excited about that. First day is on Monday. Go a couple weeks, and then we have Labor Day off, and then our next regular scheduled board meeting is on September the 14th, right here in McKenzie Hall.
All right. Is there any other business to come before the board? Not, I make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, stand. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Hey,